Hi, it's me, Farmer Jay. Welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to talk about water. Water is an essential resource for your farm because you need it for your greenhouses and your animal pets. Water in Farming Simulator 22 works a little bit differently than it did in 19. In 19, water was free, no matter where you got it from. Just like the tank in front of us here, you could place a tank in 19 and get free water. In Farming Simulator 22, you have to pay to fill from that tank. Kind of like you did in Farming Simulator 17. There were several places you could drive up to in 17. You could pump water from a tank into your trailer, fill it up for a cost, and then drive back to your farm. Now in 17, if you knew where to look, you might find a lake where you could pump free water from. As long as you knew how to get into that lake without having your trailer go too deep and then having to reset it. The best place in 17 on Goldcrest Valley was the beach because it had a nice gentle slope. Although I'm sure the beachgoers weren't too happy to see giant trailers pull up to their beach, pump themselves full of water, and then drive back to the farm. 22's the same way. If you know where to look, you can get free water instead of having to pay for it. How much do you have to pay for water, I hear you ask? Well, let's take a look. We'll try 1,000 liters. Just over 1,000 liters, and it's $100. So times 102 by 30,000, it's fairly expensive, depending on how much water you need and how many greenhouses you have. The question that's getting asked a lot in the forum these days is, can I get free water rather than having to pay all this money? And where do I get free water from? Especially if you look at maps like Oberlan and Erlengrat. There are two giant rivers that run right through the middle of the map. Well, there's a problem with those rivers. Let's take a look. There's a bridge right here next to our farm that crosses this river. As you can see, the river's nice and wide and deep, but it's lined with steep banks and stones. Just to our left here is a little bit of a slope. Let's see if we can get in there. Oh, there goes my Mahindra. Hit the brakes, it's about stopping, and I'm having trouble getting out. I definitely would not be able to back a tractor trailer in there to get water. So I spent some time driving around Oberlan, looking at various spots like this, trying to figure out where I could actually get into the river, not get stuck. My first thought was the boat launch. My thought being that if people can drive their cars down there to be able to launch their boats, surely there must be a slope that's accessible to a tractor trailer with a water tank. Well, let's go over to the boat launch and we'll take a look. Here we are at the boat launch. Let's open the help menu. And as you can see, We're back in deep enough that we've got the refill trailer icon, and we can go ahead and start pumping water. Actually fills a little bit quicker than the tank does too. As you can see from the tire marks, this wasn't the easiest place to get to. And I still don't know if I can get out of here. Those lamps on either side of the pathway are collision objects. So when I came down here, I came down a little too fast and I hit the car. Backed up, hit a lamppost, finally managed to maneuver up near the parking meter, and then back down here to get the water. Okay, that's enough for here. Actually, we've hit our max. I've got way to enable, so... And it's moving, very slowly, but it's moving. Something's stopping us. I don't know what. The wheels are just spinning. I'm stuck. So, obviously this is not a very viable location to get water from. No, we tried. Let's go back to the main farm and we'll look at a much easier location to get water from. In fact, you can see it from here. On the other side of the river, I can see a lake. Let's try the lake. Okay, back at the farm, let's try option number 2. If this works, it's actually a better location than the boat launch because it's closer to the farm. So we don't need to drive as far. And I don't believe we will get stuck. We just have to, well, excuse me cutting corners and driving through people's fields. Sorry, Mr. Farmer. Here we go. Oh, we may not make it out. But as you can see, it's letting us fill with water. We'll give it a second to fill up, and then we'll see if we can get out of here. Now I know this location works because when I was driving around, I got in and out. But I wasn't in quite such a sharp angle. A little bit of a struggle, but we got out. So now we can take our water tanker back to the farm and we can refill our greenhouses. Now this is a 30,000 liter tank, and with weight restrictions turned on, you're only going to get about 25,000 liters into that tank, or 76%. We're just shy of that max weight restriction on this trailer. Okay, next let's take a look at Erlengrat, which has the same problem as Oberlan, where the river's deep, but it's got steep banks. We'll be right back. Alright, we're here at Erlengrat. Just like Oberlan, I drove up and down the river, and I almost gave up on finding a spot. The rivers here in the Alps are even worse than the ones in France. So let's head down to the river, and we'll see what we can do. Now this is my Let's Play map, so I don't have great big tractor trailers yet. I just have farm tractors. With small trailers. Okay, bear with me while I get lined up. Okay, so we want to go in at a nice angle, not too steep, or else we'll have a similar problem we had getting out of the boat launch. Refill mobile water tank. There we go. So just down from our farm is probably the only place you can access the river from. Notice how steep the banks are the further down we go, and on the other side it's even worse. Steep banks and rocks. So this side, and just almost directly across from us, where there's a slight gap in the rocks, are two locations where you can dig in and get water. So get some speed to get out of here. There we go. Now remember, this is a low horsepower tractor, but it works. There we go. We've got our water. Then we can take it back up this driveway to the farm. Now let's take a look at Elm Creek. Give me a second to load in. So here we are on Elm Creek. Let's take a big map look. Yeah, there is a river, but it's again not accessible. As people in the forums pointed out, there's also 3 lakes. First lake down here, the next lake a little bit closer to our farm, near the stream, and then the last lake is up here near the biogas plant. Let's start at the bottom. Got a tanker ready to go. And let's drive into the middle of the lake. Nope, no luck so far. Even at the boat launch, for some reason they made this lake just a little too shallow. It is easy to get in and out of, but it's too shallow to get water. So let's travel up to the next lake. Yeah. Damn it, I always hit things. Well, that's the gate to get in and out of this. I guess it's a private area. Am I going the right way, or... No, I should have taken the other route. This is probably the map that confuses people the most in terms of finding somewhere to get water from, because they see the lakes and they think, perfect. And I think because they see all these lakes, and then they drive up to them, back into them, and can't get anything out of them, is the reason we have so many questions in the forums these days. See? Lake number 2, same as lake number 1. You can't get any water from it. And I've even tried landscaping it to make it deeper, but the game won't let me landscape water or lakes. So let's just go past the animal dealer and we'll head to the biogas plant. Alright, here we are at the lake for the biogas plant. Incidentally, there's a sign saying keep out of the water, which is exactly what we're not going to do. So let's just drive in. A little bit of an angle again. Oh, and I love this truck with the paint job on it. Definitely one of the nicer looking ones. I just wish they had one with a Canadian version. There we go. Start filling. So let's fill our tank. Once it's full, we're good. And we're ready to go. We can come back here as many times as we like. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you found it helpful and you'd like to be notified when I post more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and also give this video a like and leave me a comment and tell me what you want to see in upcoming videos. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you've eaten today, thank a farmer.